How you doing, everyone? This is Matthias Atva from Dreadnought, your Dreadnought PS4 replay guy. Today we have another player replay cast from Dreadnought, and it's none other than Scrote1, the player's choice #1 pick for the top 10 Dreadnought PS4 players of all time, in his second favorite ship, the Jupiter Arms Tier 5 Corvette, the Nevis. Scrote's build is a little unconventional, but about what you'd expect. We have, of course, dual heavy autocannons, the Bolt Guns 5, which is a staple of any good Corvette build, Thrust Amplifier 5, one of my favorite Corvette modules of all time, Torpedo Salvo 5, Blast Pulse 5, and of course Afterburner 5 to get out of sticky situations. For officer briefings, we have Retaliator for communications, that's something new, Module Amper, which goes well for boosting those module damage, and of course we have a Navigation Expert to make yourself go fast without draining your tank too much, and the ubiquitous Engineering 101 to reduce the amount of incoming damage with no further side effects. Scrote1's Corvette is the Thrust Ampicus with the Zaraton paint job, no icon, and the #1 emblem, I can only assume because he's #1. Well, let's get right into the replay, shall we? Scrote1's replay is a legendary onslaught match on Kappa base. He's being backed up by Black Reaper and Great Jazzman, and Dr. Evil and Ark are also on his team, but his team is a player down. The enemy team is a complete list of nominations for the top 10 players of all time on Dreadnought PS4. That would be General Nemesis, Tit Freak, Chludwig, RG1 Ninja, O'Hare 222, Craven Evil, otherwise known as Dervish, and of course, Dreadnought subscriber Patricio. We've got quite a team lineup. As with all my player replay casts, this is totally unscripted and in real time, editing out only things like telephone calls and cat meows. Now, this is a very interesting replay. Scrote I've seen has gotten amazing scores, such as 23-0, 24-2, so I was really surprised when this was the replay that he chose to send in, but then I understood why once I saw what was going on in this amazing dogfight replay with Corvettes everywhere and rounds and missiles going off left and right, and Scrote trying to just survive and have a good match. He did get a little help from his teammates, but not very much, and basically he was fighting large portions of the enemy team on his own. Now, we all think that Scrote is normally the hunter, not the prey, but you see here with his reputation and popularity, it has made him quite a target, and you're going to see what a match is like through the eyes of probably one of the most feared players on the Dreadnought PS4 server. You can see the sharks already circling in the water far away. We have Craven Evil looking to close in, and we have General Nemesis and other Corvettes coming in. We have a Blast Pulse. They warped right on his position, but Tit Freak is going to go down right here. He just couldn't finish it off, and here we have General Nemesis and Craven. Can Scrote survive this? No problem. He helps bring down that Corvette over here, and of course he's going to try to finish off this one. Who is this over here? I believe that is Craven. Craven's making a good getaway. Can Scrote finish him off? He switches to the guns, but then goes to the rail guns to put him down once and for all for the double kill. But don't worry, he'll be back. Tit Freak's already back, and here comes Chludwig. He's coming in, but he does not get a good hit on Scrote, and he's taken down for the assist. However, Scrote now has artillery damage coming in on him, and Tit Freak wanted a piece, but someone used stasis ammunition on Tit Freak to slow him down. Here comes General Nemesis to try to finish off Scrote with a torpedo salvo, but he gets too aggressive. Scrote is wise to it and dodges the entire torpedo salvo, and then puts some bolt cannon shots into General Nemesis for the final blow. Here we have the team sticking together, knowing that there's a big onslaught coming around and that everyone is probably gunning for Scrote. So Scrote is swimming in between all his friendly ships. O'Hare is coming in. O'Hare is not going after Scrote, but unfortunately, with most of the enemy team guys respawning or in the background, O'Hare, who is usually a very good destroyer captain, could not survive the onslaught of the entire enemy team. You see Craven right here. He's hovering, trying to get a good position on Scrote, but he gets hit with stasis ammunition, and Scrote swims right in for the kill with the blast pulse. General Nemesis tried to come in, but unfortunately Scrote's team was onto it and finished him off. Titfreak coming in again with his Corvette, switching out from the Brutus, but Scrote finishes him off with the bolt guns. He got a little too aggressive. So you see here that Scrote is pretty much the main target for at least half the enemy team. They are completely coming in at him wave after wave, and he's trying to use his team as best he can to break up the enemy attack, but they can't help that much. This is a straight up dogfight, and of course Craven Evil goes down, even though it's technically Scrote's kill. The command ship stole it from him, which is par for the course for command ships. They do that to me all the time. Titfreak coming in with the Corvette again. Is he going to go for Scrote, or has he learned his lesson? Meanwhile, he goes in and goes for the command ship. Scrote finishes him off. He's wise to that, and then goes for the thrust amp to get a higher position on the situation and get a vantage point to try and get any more drops on any Corvettes that want to come in and give him a hard time. The match is now stabilized. The enemy team realizes that they are at quite a point deficit. They are still trying to focus down Scrote. We have Craven Evil in the Dreadnought launching a missile strike at Scrote and making a beeline in the Zame right for his Corvette. And that, wow, Scrote just used what I call the thrust amplifier to do a Cobra stall, and then used thrust amplifier to go right through that missile swarm. None of them hit him. That was a great little dodge right there through the swarm. And of course, General Nemesis is circling around to get at Scrote again. He seems to have disappeared. He's probably cloaked up. And Scrote is wise to it and does the blast pulse, double damage because General Nemesis was cloaked, and gets the streak. Wow, what an interesting first half of the match. Complete and utter carnage, many dogfights, and it's not easy to dogfight on Kappa base. While things have calmed down a little, Scrote is going to put some railgun bolts into O'Hare's Dreadnought and try to help his team bring that beast down. Meanwhile, we have Craven Evil trying to survive in the Zame, putting shots into Scrote's team. He's trying to get away, and Scrote got attacked by a Corvette. It cloaked up. Looks like he's going to get away. Scrote is going to try to put some shots and lead the blur of the cloaked ship, and unfortunately it does not land his mark, but I have the feeling that he's going to get another opportunity soon. O'Hare comes in. He's a little weak from some of the damage that Scrote put into him before. Scrote puts power to weapons, unloads with the autoguns, and of course the torpedo salvo, and finishes off O'Hare, or at least helps finish him off. And here we have even more action coming in. Looks like we have General Nemesis trying to get away from Scrote, but Scrote cuts him off, finishes him off with the bolt guns. Can anyone finish off Scrote? I don't know. Looks like he's going to get away scot-free. And all of a sudden, oh no, RG-1 Ninja with the airburst blindly launched nuke catches Scrote in fiery destruction. Looks like not even Scrote is strong enough to withstand the powerful blast of a Chernobyl-like explosion. However, he's back for more. Didn't even change out ships. He's still in the Nevis looking for trouble, and he's going to find it. Let's see where he goes next. We have General Nemesis again being Scrote's nemesis this match. Scrote backs him down immediately with some power to weapons and tries to finish him off with a blast pulse, but does not. Goes to the thrust amplifier and torpedo salvo to see if he can get lucky and catch General Nemesis. General Nemesis tries to get away, but there is no escape because Scrote leads the little blur and smoke coming from General Nemesis' engines and finishes him off without any chance of escape. Oh, wow. Now Scrote, doing a little bumper cars with the terrain, is going to regain his senses, and looks like Craven Evil is coming in to try and take out this artillery cruiser. He's finally ignoring Scrote, but Scrote's not ignoring him and finishes him off so the artillery cruiser can continue its punishing work against the enemy team. We're now at 189 against 69. This is a huge point deficit, but the enemy team is still fighting hard. General Nemesis coming in again, trying to finish off what Craven Evil started, but unfortunately, Scrote's team puts him down. Craven Evil's coming in again, and let's see if he can do any good this time. And looks like he got hit with some stasis ammo. Scrote tries to put him down, but Great Jazzman beats him to it. Now 203 to 69. Looks like the enemy team has slowed down a little, and they're not being as aggressive anymore, and this allows Scrote a breather. Alright, we have some action with the enemy team. We have Yolanda Fadong healing, which is not good for Scrote's team because bots actually make good healers. And we have some aggressive Dreadnought and Destroyer action. Nukes coming in. Scrote wants to get out of there, and he sees General Nemesis again trying to do the flank. He goes in, fires some torpedoes and blast pulse. And then look at the leading on this. What a shot! Oh my god. I'm telling you, I can't use the bolt guns that well. Scrote has the lead down for the bolt guns and really hits the mark every time. Such bullseyes, unbelievable. Tit Freak coming in with the Brutus again, and power to weapons blast pulse. Scrote puts him down. So, where are we going to go next? We have Craven Evil coming in with his Zame, and I think this is Scrote's one mistake this match. He kind of gets tunnel vision and sees red in his eyes, wants to finish off Craven for being so bold, and even though he gets the captain kill, General Nemesis gets some revenge on Scrote. So wow, you can see that being Scrote isn't always the best thing. With that reputation comes a lot of uninvited attention and a lot of people gunning for him, probably revenge for other matches, but also players want to finish him off just to prove they have the skills. Speaking of finishing off, we get the final blow on Tit Freak again coming in with the Brutus, desperately trying to get Scrote's command ship and close the point gap in this legendary onslaught match. And right now we have Scrote taking on a Kataro, and that was O'Hare. Poor O'Hare goes down. He tried to make a valiant effort, but Scrote had his shields available and just laid in with the damage. Now we have the enemy team trying to get in, desperately trying to get this command ship. General Nemesis again, and he gets finished off by Scrote's team, even though Scrote put some shots into him. And then, oh wow, Tit Freak tried to get some revenge on Scrote, didn't quite get there, and the bot, Aram Jones, finishes Tit Freak off. Schlodwig comes in trying to get a handle on the situation, but he can't stay at long range like that with Scrote pumping accurate fire into him. He's already down to 1/4 health. He's nowhere near Scrote's team. Scrote uses Blast Pulse to take down Sentry Catapult. A lot of people don't know this, but you can use the Blast Pulse to take down things like Sentry Catapults, mines, and other artillery stick-arounds, even things like Dreadnought pods, triad pods, other things like that. Very useful ability. Scrote went in again, but I think he learned his lesson. He wasn't going to get tunnel vision against the Zame, and he's looking to finish off General Nemesis one last time, but he won't get the chance because Great Jazzman finished off the last enemy team member, and that's the end of the match. 301 to 102. Wow. So you see, it's not a cakewalk. And even though the Space Apes and their friends sometimes team together and get to use their skills and communication to get the upper hand on the enemy, sometimes the enemy team will go to great lengths to hunt down Scrote. And now we know why, with all of his tremendous, terrific replays, why he chose this one as his favorite to send in to Direct Dreadnought with 18 to 11 assists. He was the hunted one this match, but hunting Scrote isn't always the wisest decision. But what a great match. I know it was a rough game for a lot of the enemy team members, but look who they were going up against, and they were being aggressive and taking a lot of risks to try and take Scrote down, and I think they paid for it. I want to make a special mention, honorable mention to RG1 Ninja, who got an 8-0 this match and did a great job of putting points on the board without surrendering points to Scrote's team and staying focused on winning the match against impossible odds. What a match. I know we've had 2 Corvette replays recently. We will have Smoke82, he's sending in a replay, which probably will be a Jumping Monarch. And of course, we have I Am Your Father Seba, who is going to be sending in a nice replay for the Brutus. And I'm basically taking replays as they come in and trying to do them in the order. So I know we've had 2 player cast replays for the Nevis, but it just so happened that was the order that they came in, and that was the order that I wanted to put them out there. Alright, well, thanks for watching yet another player replay cast. We have more coming up in the coming weeks. And of course, soon we will have the Direct Dreadnought channel and game update with some news this month for the month of June. And of course, more great replays and a couple of tips and strategy videos coming out soon. Well, that's it from me for now, and I'll see you soon in Sinley Bay.